Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. So for today, I am making something so delicious. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off with the Almond Breeze, and I'm going to use this whole jug. So now what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to pour a little bit, like about 1 cup into my, NutriBullet, yeah. And what I'm going to also do is, see, that's about it. And then I'm going to add some sweet potatoes that I had baked earlier. This is about a medium-sized sweet potato that I'm adding into the mix. And then what I also have is some pumpkin that I roasted in the oven. I made it for my dog, but he really, I don't know, I hear that dogs like pumpkin. So I thought that he was going to end up eating it, but he didn't. So I said, you know what, I'm going to make some soup with it. So yeah, I'm adding some pieces of the pumpkin. It's about half of the pumpkin, medium-sized pumpkin going in there. And yep, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and blend that up. And I'm going to make sure that it's really, really mixed like baby food. And the rest of that milk I'm going to add to my pot. And I'm going to wait for that to really, really mix up thoroughly. And then I'm going to add it in. All right, so I'm going to add that entire thing in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the next 2 things. So the next 2 things are butternut squash soup, and I'm going to actually use 2 of them. One is from Pacific and the other one is from Trader Joe's. You could use any one. I've tried the low sodium one from Trader Joe's and I really, really didn't like it. So we're gonna mix in all these 3. We got the butternut squash, we have the sweet potato, and we have the pumpkin, and that is in the almond milk. The almond milk is unsweetened and it's regular almond milk. And I'm gonna give it a good mix. So another skillet, I'm going to take some vegan butter, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about whatever that was, a tablespoon. And then what I'm also going to use is the vegan pepperoni. This is by Yves, Yves, I think that's the name of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. So it comes, I think there's 40 pepperonis total. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out one row, and I'm gonna end up, see, like that, and I'm end up slicing it in half, and then I'm gonna add that to my skillet. The second, see, slice it in half. The second one I'm going to, because these are chunky, but the next one that I'm gonna make is I'm gonna split it into 4s, and that's gonna be a little bit thinner because I like some of the pepperoni to be soft, but the smaller ones that I cut up, they get more crispier. You're gonna see in a second. See, those are in 4s. So those are the ones that get really, really crispy. And then what I'm going to add is a little bit of seasoning. So this is consommé. This is, or you could add vegeta. That's also really, really good. So this is, you could find in your kosher section at any kind of Mariano's or Jewel. So I put about 2 tablespoons of that. Don't put any more. I like the herbs that are in there. I like all the seasoning that they put in there. So you don't want to make this too salty. So that's why 2 was more than enough, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. So let's just keep on going. So you see there, even the smaller pieces are getting nice and crispy. So I'm going to wait for that to crisp up. See, beautiful. And then I'm just going to add the whole thing into the pot. Now, if you've never tried this pepperoni is, it's got a little spice to it. It's really, really good. It's got a little spice to it. Now, here's the thing. You're going to go ahead and you're going to add 2 Daiya shredded mozzarella cheese into this. So now, the 3 flavors that you're going to end up picking up from this soup is the sweetness from the sweet potato, the butternut squash soup, and the pumpkin. And then you're going to have the spice from the pepperoni, and you're going to have the salt from the cheese. So that's why I didn't want you to add too much of the consommé seasoning, because believe me, the cheese brings this all together. And then, like I said, you have the spice of the pepperoni, you have the salt from the cheese, you have the sweetness from the base, which is, you know, all 3 of those vegetables. So let this sit a little bit. You want to make sure that you give it a good stir so the cheese doesn't stick to the bottom. So just keep stirring. Pour it in a bowl. Now you want to pick your favorite bread. The bread you could dip in here, or, you know, put some butter on there. I love my Ezekiel bread. I can't get enough of it. So I usually add my Ezekiel bread with the soup. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you next one. Bye.